Sex is so important in a relationship that it is something that you should never use as a weapon. And here's another thing. You cannot use the threat of divorcing as a weapon in marriage. There should never be weapons used in a marriage. Weapons are for wars, and wars always end up with a winner and a loser in a healthy marriage.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? You ain't got the minerals, baby. We're back with another banger. Listen, are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. And if you're a returnee, you ain't got the what? Minerals, baby. Gay. Alright, let's get into the video. We're going to talk about Amber and Matt. And James Elizabeth. Let's start with James Elizabeth. Obviously, they've been explosive since the beginning. I done told you, I predicted this madness would happen, and I've also said as well, I believe that these two are probably the actors of the group. I don't know why, but I feel like they've been employed by the network show, but that's just my opinion. Cool. So, obviously, you know, I don't even want to talk much on them because I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Number one, they are a toxic couple. Toxic in the sense of there is ill intent when they argue. There is vicious intent when they argue. There is the intent to hurt one another when they disagree.
Hated that, man.
I just hit my boiling point because I kept bottling it up and I lost my cool. I was way out of line.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed that I said that.
I'm gonna be honest, when I heard that, I'm like, oh God, she's out.
She's done.
She's done.
And one thing I would say is that, you know what? Jamie was out of order for saying materialistic B. Now, in any case, you should not be saying any of those kind of words to your partner or spouse. I remember I was having this conversation with one of my exes, and I said to her, I will never call you by those kind of names in an argument, you know, or say it, you know, anyhow, anyway. Because it is degrading, not only to you, but to me. And you are my mirror. If I'm saying it to you, I'm saying it about myself. So why am I coming at you, saying those kind of insults to you? The Bible says, listen, the two shall become one. You're insulting your wife. You're insulting yourself. You don't respect yourself. That's why you don't respect her. If you don't respect her, you don't respect yourself too. Jamie, what are you thinking? You've got emotional problems, bro. You're unable to control your emotions in the department when your lips begin to move. That's his problem. And it's scary because when she said she wanted space, don't come into the room, the aggression that he came with was the problem. You see, if you had come and said, listen, babe, look, I'm trying to talk to you, man, like there would have been no issue of a threat in terms of him potentially overstepping the line. But he came in there, you materialistic, and at one point you think to yourself, are they going to get the guards involved? Because this looks like it could go any way, anyhow. And that's the scary part. That's why your emotions must be tapped. That's why your emotions must be circumvented. That's why your emotions must be constricted. Because if you don't, it can do this to you. And so what's happening with Jamie and Elizabeth is that whatever's happened in his past, in terms of a lack of control, because this is all about power. With Jamie and Elizabeth, it's all about power. Who can wrestle the most power out of each other's hands? They both felt like they're powerless in their individual lives. And what's happened is they come together and they're trying to wrestle each other for power. So now their behavior is literally disgusting. Both of them. Yeah? Like, I'm surprised that Dr. Pepper picked it up, but she didn't chastise, Elizabeth for saying it, that you make sex to me, you make sex like a Caucasian man. Like, what does that even mean? Where's the chastising? Where's the correction there? But when he's made materialistic B, you're on his case. We need some balance. About balance. Because both of these are toxic individuals. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was one part I just picked up.
All it takes is saying, okay, I'm going to take a step back, and then your partner can take a step forward.
Can I be honest? Sometimes I just do it so he'll shut up. So either I can have sex with him, we can just fine, or if I don't, he's gonna go into this whole entire analytical questions the whole entire night and the next morning about why we don't want to have sex. And then he'll think that we have an intimacy problem.
But y'all maybe do have an intimacy.
Then obviously does mention about the fact that he thinks that, you know what, there's a sexual issue. Now, I mentioned in the last episode, I said to him, watch him, he's always physical, always touching, always turning. It's almost like he's always trying to initiate sex every single time. He's a horny guy. He needs to chill the frick out. Calm down. Relationships are not just about sex. Calm down. And I was right, because look what's happened. Now, Elizabeth was even saying 3 to 4 times a week is good compared to 5 to 6. She's saying that because she ain't enjoying the sex no more. You understand? And now, not only that, you know, only the fact that it's also been, she wants to reduce it. She's even saying that she has sex with him just to keep him quiet. Because you know the ones where your parents say to you, oh, just keep them happy. You know the parents that try to keep a kid happy. Oh, and they have 2 kids or 3 kids. Give the phone over to so-and-so so that he won't make noise. Like, keep him happy. And what happens that when you're trying to keep somebody happy, they become entitled. When someone comes entitled, what they do? They take advantage to their entitlement. And so what we're going to see is if it's not correct, it's not checked, Jamie will continue to be entitled over Elizabeth's body and be wanting to have sex all the time. Problem, because she doesn't want to have sex all the time now. 2, she's doing it just to make you feel good. How long will she last before she goes, I don't want this no more? There's only so much she can keep on riding on the wave of sex. Do you get me? So, you know, it's scary that she has to say that, you know what, I have sex with him just to keep him quiet. That lets you know the level where she's at. At the moment, she cannot take this man anymore. And that's deep. You have to think about it. For a girl to say that to you, boy, I wouldn't want that to be said to me, my G.
She's using sex as a way to control. Because every time we have a disagreement, that's her go-to. Well, you know, we're not going to be having sex for a while. And
Really?
yeah.
Sex is so important in a relationship that it is something that you should never use as a weapon.
He obviously said as well that, you know what, she uses sex as a weapon. You know, I don't think so. I think what we saw was an episode, I think last 2 episodes or 1 episode behind. She mentioned that we need to start having sex. Now, she said that in the case of the fact that, you know what, we are quarreling a lot. Yeah, let's stop having sex. Let's actually get to the heart of things, which is about me and you. Because we've got issues right now, and sex is clouding that. Yeah? So I don't think she's ever used sex as a way to manipulate him, per se. Has he obviously used divorce as a method of control? Yes, we've seen it. And I'm not biased about that. I've seen it. And that the episode where he was that, you know, he was two-faced about it and hypocritical about it. You know, when she was about to leave, he said, oh, but Dr. Pepper said we can't leave. Then he decides to leave last episode and saying, I'm done with this, because he's not emotionally mature yet. He doesn't know how to handle his feelings. I remember this stage when I was like 18. These are the spats and the tantrums you throw when you're not emotionally ready. You're not mature in your emotional state. And therefore it comes out every time someone does anything to you. Every time.
If this didn't work out, I wouldn't even know how to date, because what would I be looking for? Somebody to come close to what she was? I don't know.
If you feel that way about her, then, dude, you got some work to do, man. No one else here is responsible for this but you. You determine the fate of your marriage. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I got a lot of work to do. It's scary.
I tell people all the time, Jamie, that love is a head thing.
He said something like, you know what, like, they asked me, are you committed? He said, do you know what, I wouldn't want anybody else, you know, the only person I care about, you know, just is Elizabeth, and who would I even go for, like, who would I even choose if this didn't work out? I wouldn't want to, bruv, it was a lot of baloney, bruv, personally. I thought that he was acting there. That looked like very good acting. It's like, you mean you feel that way, but the way you're saying it is like, bruv, I couldn't believe it. So I personally thought it was acting. Either that, or I would say that this guy is fearful of her. That's the reason why he's doing that. But, yeah, I think, yeah, I'm not about it at all. Not about it at all. Then obviously they had a little conversation when they had to go and speak to each other when, you know, Pastor Cal and the woman sent them onto their respective trips.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What's up?
He said, you know, he hugged her, Jamie hugged Elizabeth, and Elizabeth just kept her head looking up to the sky as if she wasn't accepting the hug, bruv. Yeah, we hugged, but I'm not accepting it. You know what I'm saying? Because you've not changed your behaviour. And you know, it's interesting because then obviously when she decided to start addressing the issue, and I knew this was coming because he's defensive beyond defensive. We've seen this in the last episodes. The behaviour's not changing. He's defensive, yeah? whatever's locked inside behind those gates, he's defended it to the hills. Now, what had happened was Elizabeth decided to address him about the issue and state, oh, you know what, when you came into the bathroom, you gave me my space, and it was a bit loony, it was a bit insane. And he said, you know what, no, I'm not gonna let you do me.
Just please respect that. Don't come barging in, like, that was just insane. So just
if we're gonna have a conversation, let's not like name call.
Okay, so whatever happened is just out of control.
No, see, no. We don't. I'm not gonna sit here and be like demeaned.
You weren't respecting me. You weren't respecting me.
I'm sorry.
Words. Telling me you don't want to be with me doesn't make me feel good about myself, nor does threatening it. Would you want me to say that stuff to you?
My character, I'm not gonna be that. And it's like, bro, was she really demeaning your character, or was she telling the truth? Do you know what I mean? So I looked at it and I was like, Jamie, you're doing a bit right now. You can't take criticism. You can't take questioning. What can you do? I said, this is dangerous, because what happens is the person becomes isolated and is in your grips and your grasp. Anything can happen to that poor girl. Anything can happen to Elizabeth. Like, because the way you're acting is almost as if like you're an abusive husband. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain like that emotional abusiveness.
You know, wax your nose.
You have something you can wax.
Can I wax your butthole? Please. That shit needs it. Let me see. I'll tell you if it needs it.
Probably.
Ooh, it does.
There's some rough stuff that comes out there.
When they were in the bed, he made another sexual joke. You know, he said, I know another place you can wax. Okay, Cherry. Like, you're even mad. Like, but I've said this before last episode. I said he's always talking about sex. What, Jamie? Are you here just for the sex? Calm the frick down. Build before you think just about sex and about her body and having fun with it. That's my personal opinion about Jamie and Elizabeth. They ain't gonna make it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you leave a comment down below. What's your thoughts? What's your comments? Let us know your feelings out of this one as well. Guys, make sure you stay locked and loaded. Appreciate you. Stay loved. Appreciate you. You ain't got the minerals, baby. Are you money, lean, baby?